Kong Skull Island. It came out like 2 weeks ago and I'm finally reviewing it, so here we go. So Kong Skull Island, it's about a huge monkey, ape type gorilla thing. It's a creature feature, and in this case, the definition of creature feature means don't expect anything awesome. And here's why. Mainly the film is filled with characters who are shallow and have no story arc. They have very vague backgrounds and you're just expected to know their background, who they are, or just not care because there's no explanation of anything really. And by the time something interesting happens with a character, you get to know them or start to invest in them. They either die or the movie's over. Right out of the gate, I will say that this movie is a setup for the creature feature universe that will eventually cross over with Godzilla, Mothra, and all those other monsters that were huge way back when. There are shots in this movie that are Michael Bay-esque and unnecessary. We have a helicopter sequence that goes on for far too long and it's in slow motion. There's no reason for it. Also, there's a lot of shots on just items to capture the 70s. And some of these shots pay homage to Apocalypse Now, the 1985 film Cannibal Holocaust. I think that's the name of it. But pretty much these shots serve no purpose whatsoever in the film other than the fact that like, oh, we're in the 70s and this is cool. Look, here's a baseball. Oh, here's a Nixon bobblehead. At first it was cool, but after like the 10th time, it bothered me. Now, not only were there these elongated slow-mo shots, there were stairs. So many stairs in this movie. I mean, it was to the point where I felt uncomfortable at times. I mean, after every single devastation, catastrophic event, there was this long, slow motion, drawn out, standstill stare off of just, and probably the most ridiculous stare off that there was in the entire movie happened like 2-3 times in the movie, and it was between Samuel L. Jackson and Kong himself. It was ridiculous. On the side of, I didn't buy into why Samuel L. Jackson has this vendetta out against Kong just because he's killed a couple of his men. You came onto his island, dropped a bunch of bombs, and continue to fly towards him with your helicopters and shoot him when it just had no effect. Fly away from him. What are you doing? The direction of this movie is super green. Hollywood seems to be in this new phase of continuing to get these indie directors, pulling them up, giving them a high action motion picture, and this is what we get. I didn't care about anything that was going on in the movie, except for the action. Now the action with Kong was awesome, but the downfall is the monsters sucked. All of them sucked. There were some cool ideas that were conceptualized and put in there, but overall, there was no payoff. I mean, unlike Godzilla, where you don't hardly ever see Godzilla, and it's like, I want to see more Godzilla, and I want to see the monster it's supposed to fight. The payoff was huge. Now in this movie, the payoff was mediocre at best. Why do I say that? Well, I say this because you see the baby versions of the big monster almost a third of the way through the film. And those monsters look exactly like the monsters from the Great Wall, minus the hind legs. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, I enjoyed it, it was a lot of fun, and there were some moments where I was like, oh man, that was crazy cool. But the thing is, I had nowhere to place my investments or care about any of the characters. And the one character I cared about was barely in there, and that was John C. Reilly's character. In my opinion, they could have saved this film if they had stuck with his character longer for about a span of 10 years from the moment he gets stuck on the island. And then we leap forward to the 70s when the team comes to the island and start dropping their bombs. So we're seeing both sides dealing with this. And to me, that would have been more interesting. It is what it is. Overall, I'm giving Kong a 6.5 out of 10. It's worth seeing in the movie theater just because of the action, and something like this is meant to be seen on the big screen, but it's matinee price only. If you have a home entertainment center that is large, just wait until it comes out and enjoy it in the comfort of your home. This movie's worth watching. It's a lot of fun, but it isn't something worth falling in love with. It could have been better. But I'm excited to see where they take it. There's a whole new world of creatures coming our way. They're making it a franchise, just like all the superhero movies. So yeah, there are my thoughts on Kong Skull Island. What did you think? Surely you've seen it by now. Leave your comments down below. I want to know what you thought. And did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you love it? And if you like this video, by all means hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're local to the Asheville, North Carolina area, be sure to head on over to the828.com. That's where the locals go. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you would like to see more of my videos and not miss a single one, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my last review, which was for I have no idea what, because it's been forever since I've done one, you can click right there. And you guys have a fantastic day.